All right. I feel good about this one. I think it's gonna work this time. I've got good vibes. Fingers crossed. Okay, so one more time. Hello, everybody. My name is Finn, and I'm gonna be joined by Sabrina Carpenter today, and we're gonna be talking about clouds. Uh, Drum roll. Is it gonna work? Oh,
Oh, hi, Finn.
now
This is
perfect.
so crazy. We've never done this live before.
Such
I'm,
a first time situation
I
here.
know, and the fact that it's worked so well, just the first time that we did it is
First
really
try.
something.
I
It's
know.
like, I mean, tech pros over here.
True. Okay, it seems to be working perfectly.
Hi.
Hi, it's good to see your face.
So
How
good to see your face. Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good. I've had such a crazy weekend, but it's been a roller coaster. A lot of high highs, and seeing the movie just brings back a lot of emotions, and especially doing the premiere. My family got to come, and it was a really special moment. So
Yeah, the drive-in,
yeah.
literally straight out of the 60s. That was so fun though. Like, I can imagine like if I like we all rented some like old fashion convertibles because we're extra, and that was like the coolest thing to see you pull up in this red. What was it?
Mine was it was like a '69 Buick Electra.
The
What was-
Buick. I didn't know what that was, but mine was a Buick too, and now I know what a Buick is.
Yes, I mean I don't know anything about cars, but when the guy was explaining it to me when I pulled up to the the rental place, he was like so stoked on it, and I mean I'm stoked too. Like it's a beautiful car, but he was explaining all the history, and I'm like, oh, all right,
um,
definitely the coolest
how?
car I've ever driven.
Wait, who in your family was there? Your whole family was there. I saw your grandparents, which I cried. I cried looking at them cry.
Yeah, yeah, my grandparents came. My nana and papa is what I call them, and my aunt Nicole, my cousin Ivan, and my parents and my sisters.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was nice. It was really special to share that with them.
What
Because
did they think? I mean, like in general, like I have some questions for you. I'm very excited to get to know you, Finn. I don't know you that well. I've only met you a couple times. So very excited to get to know you. No, I'm more just like for the people because I know too much about you. Um, but how was like overall, I guess, the filming experience for you, and then kind of getting to be able to share like such a special, incredible project with your family.
uh, I mean, yeah, the filming experience was unlike anything I've ever done before. I've never been a part of a feature film or really been on any set that was like that. I think it's interesting too because what I heard from everyone is that this set was really unusual, just period. It seemed
Period.
really special, and because I would say I could talk about like how hard it was to wake up at 3 in the morning every day because that was tough.
We
But
could talk about that for a while.
yeah, but mostly it was fun. Like when I was on set and we were filming, everyone was so supportive,
Yeah.
and I have
Except for
worked before. I've acted since I was 10, so I've been on a bunch of sets, and this one felt, I don't know, it felt like a real team effort. Like everyone was kind of rooting for each other, which was really nice. Like the whole cast and the whole crew. I don't know.
I love our crew because so many of them were French, and like so many of them, like obviously, like a lot of them we could that also spoke English, but then there was a few of them that didn't speak much English at all, and everyone just still felt like we were all speaking the same language. We were all just on the same wave, and they were so sweet. And yeah, I mean, I think like Justin Baldoni. I'm like, we're talking to each other like as if we don't know, but
Yeah,
Justin Baldoni, for those of you who don't know, that directed the film, like I feel like, I mean, he really did. He kind of like handpicked and selected everybody that was in this movie because it was just so, it meant so much to him, and obviously he wanted it to mean as much to everybody that got involved, you
yeah,
know. So that's why I felt like such a special group of people.
yeah. What
This
was
time last year,
like
isn't that crazy?
that? I know, a whole year since our table read, right?
You're
I think
audition.
the day that it came out, that was the anniversary of our table read.
I know.
That's so crazy to me.
Okay. Can I ask you another question?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Let's see. I've got a couple written down.
You're so cute.
What what did you think when we first played Clouds together?
Oh my goodness. That was the chemistry read.
Mhm.
And I don't think they even asked us to prepare it either. That was
Uh,
the other thing.
no, it
We
was a shock for me, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, they just I mean, I wasn't surprised that they asked us to play it, but they definitely didn't ask us to prepare it or anything. But it went perfectly. Like you were hopping in on the harmonies in like the perfect spots. We were like taking turns, and it was just like it was so natural.
It was very Sammy and Zach, that's for sure.
It was. It was like
Um,
the thing with you. I remember just being in awe. I'm like, oh my gosh, she has the voice of an angel, and
I thought the same
that's
thing.
really
I know
special.
it's not original because you just said that, but I was like, there's no one else. Yeah. I mean, it was very obvious from the moment I met you, but it was just so special that, I think also like, I love the story of the history of you and Maddie and how long you guys have known each other and like, Madison Eisman who plays Amy, we love her.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, like I think there was just so many special elements about making this movie that like watching it now, I think the coolest thing is when you get to the end. So like that's enough of a reason for people to watch it because like the end's pretty crazy. But getting to see, all the real people that this movie was inspired by and made for, like
yeah,
it's the coolest thing when you can watch movies and at the end be like, oh my gosh, this was all real. This was someone's
yeah.
life.
I remember the first time I watched the movie. I think we all watched it at the same time, and then we had that Zoom call afterwards.
Yeah,
The first time we watched it, I had no idea. I don't know if you had any idea that they did that kind of montage or
no idea.
thing in the end credits.
I was literally hyperventilating. I had no idea that was coming and I was not prepared for it. I'm
Yeah,
still not.
neither was I. Oh my gosh, I was crying like a baby. I think I was in shock for like most of watching the movie, so I hadn't cried. But then it got to the end credits, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's all real." It was. Oh
The
my god.
nice thing is I've seen a lot of people saying like, how they feel when they're done. They're like, yes, I'm sobbing, but I'm left with such an incredible feeling of like, I have so much to live for and life is so precious and there's so many beautiful things that I just don't even know are on the horizon. And I think
Yeah,
like that was, I mean, obviously like the goal for all of us. But as we were making it, it was like that consistent feeling of like gut wrenching, but also so beautiful and happy and hopeful and loving,
yeah,
So it's a weird way to feel, but I feel like a lot of people have felt that way over the last
yeah.
6 months.
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, I've said this a million times over the past couple weeks, but I really believe it. I don't think Zach's message could have been reintroduced to the world at a better time. Honestly, I know I needed Zach's message last year when we were filming this, and
Mm.
I kind of felt like a realignment of sorts in my perspective on life and death. And
Yeah.
so many people are thinking about their own mortality this year, and
Yeah.
you know,
And also just I think like looking at and reevaluating their lives, the choices that they made, the people in their lives, the people not in their lives. Like I think it was almost like the world needed us all to take a pause and breathe and reflect. I mean, not that like I'm saying that's the whole reason that this happened, but when you try to like look at reasons why maybe this could be beneficial, I definitely have seen a lot of people really be able to kind of like get their priorities in order and just appreciate and be grateful for the good things that are still here and that we do still have. Grateful for hugs. Damn, am I am grateful for a handshake and a, you know what I mean? Like
a
stuff
firm
that I never thought of. For a firm handshake. I'm most thankful for firm handshakes.
No, I really miss hugs. It was so hard not being able to hug you after the premiere.
Yeah, I hugged you with my eyes though.
Yeah, we just, we had one of those
We were
moments,
like,
just
yeah.
crying while looking at each other. That's the equivalent of a hug nowadays.
Um, Let's see, what other questions do. Oh, what was the most emotional day of filming for you?
Oh goodness. I know the answer. I don't know. I feel like I have two answers. The one answer is like just the all-encompassing emotion. So I'll just go with that one. You know, when we were filming the big last scene, we had to do it over the course of those 2 days, you know,
Right.
and it was really tough to, you know, for those of you who haven't seen the movie, I'll try not to spoil it, but I just had to go to a you know, pretty difficult place both physically and emotionally, and doing that while also looking out into the audience and seeing the Sobiaks and seeing my parents and my family and Amy and Sammy. It was the craziest feeling ever.
By the way, that was mind-blowing to watch you do it 3 days in a row. Because like what people don't realize is like literally we had to shoot it from 10,000 different angles and over the course of 3 days because it's you know, arguably the most important part of the movie.
Yeah.
And watching you be able to recreate that every time without fail, and like enough that I cried every time. I wasn't like, you know what I mean? Like you'd get exhausted after seeing it, or you'd be. I was just every single time so captivated by what you were able to do. Everybody was, and I'm not trying to blow smoke or you know all of that because I'd say this if you weren't here either. But I like saying it to your face.
Thank
Um,
you.
yeah,
Yeah,
that was
it's a
definitely
lot.
that
I
was
mean,
so emotional for everybody. Our
yeah,
ads were crying.
yeah. Everyone was crying. Like it was such a. That's the thing. Like talking about how this set just was so unusual. Everyone was really tuned in, you know. And
Yeah,
we were on a job, you know, we were working, but there was also this layer of personal connection from pretty much everyone who walked on that set.
yeah.
It's hard not
No,
to be emotionally invested in, you know, the story we were telling and the images we were depicting. You know, it's a hard thing to watch, but ultimately I think it felt really good, you know, to have that moment on that stage and be able to connect with the Sobiaks, and it
yeah.
kind of felt like a big full circle moment where I was able to let everything out that I was feeling about the whole filming experience, about things going on in my own personal life, and it just all it was a big release.
Yeah.
It was nice to be able to do that around people that I love.
I mean, and yeah, for me, like singing Sammy's songs, like to Sammy, was such like a. I felt so unworthy at times. I was like, "Are you sure you want me to sing this to you? Do you want to just do it?" I was like, and yeah, we just grown to love them so much. I realized like we're also just having a conversation, so people that are just joining probably don't know what we're talking about. But
Right.
we made a movie, Clouds. It's based on the true story of Zach Sobiak's life, and it is out now on Disney Plus. And if you haven't watched it yet, you better hurry because it's what if we just said it wasn't going to be there tomorrow so that everybody watched it today? It's going to be there tomorrow, but you should watch it today.
Yeah. don't
Don't wait till tomorrow to start
wait till
living
tomorrow.
today.
Stream Clouds on Disney Plus now.
Don't wait till tomorrow to watch Clouds. Literally.
Yeah, no, it's so how it's been out for two days now.
2 days.
I still can't wrap my head around it. I hooked it up to my old TV, and
I saw that. I was like,
yeah,
what is this ancient piece of television?
it was actually really fun to watch it like that. It kind of
My skin
booted
probably
up.
looks great, like all fuzzy and like that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the lower the quality, the better we look.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. No, it felt kind of nostalgic almost.
Yeah.
It felt like I was watching I don't know. I mean, just an old movie, and it was a weird, interesting way to watch Clouds. You know, because pretty much every time I've seen it, it's been on
On
a
a big
big fancy.
screen. You're like, every time I've seen it, it's been on a
It's been.
ginormous. That's so funny.
How is this for you? Like compared to like you've been at this for a long time and you've been acting for so long. How is this project
Don't
different?
make me sound old. Like
Well, I mean, I'm in the
you've
same
been
boat,
going
you
at
know,
this
but
for a minute now. So
no, I mean, my point is you've been making some amazing movies and TV shows for years, and like, how does this one feel different compared to those, or does it?
It's so interesting. I think in the reaction to like any art that you're able to make that makes people question their lives and like how they've been living it and really take that much of a step back that you go, "Oh wow, all the small petty things that I think about on a day-to-day basis don't really mean that much in the big picture and like I need to tell the people I love that I love them and I need to start like speaking words of kindness and really just like trusting myself and you know having those realizations I think is the most powerful kind of art that you can make. And I think from the second that I found out that I was going to be so lucky to be part of this, like I was just so excited for that because I think like you said, and there couldn't be a better time than right now to have those realizations and the fact that we were able to be a part of that and be an instrumental part in creating something that is able to do that for people. That's what makes it different for me. And you know, I will find something really special and inspirational or moving about each thing that I do, or at least I try to, because I think that that's, you know, my main motivation for doing anything. But this
Yeah.
one was such a no-brainer as far as like what it was going to be able to do for people beyond me. And you know, knowing that it's going to be, this is Zach's legacy that has outlived him and it's going to outlive all of us. And I think that's a really, really beautiful thing. So I've just been happy to see all the people that have watched it and sobbed as they should. And
It's been so
also like the
people post
covers I've seen so many people doing covers of the songs and like, that's so sweet.
yeah. No, it's been so cool to see all the Clouds covers. Even someone sent me a video of like a whole production that they made of a cover of "Fix Me Up" with like they added drums and like vocal
The bridge,
harmonies.
that's,
Oh,
isn't Fix Me Up like a 5-minute song?
yeah, yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
a bit.
Sammy and Zach were not messing around that night. They said 4 a.m., more like 24 hours. We're going to write this song. We're never going to stop writing this song.
Yeah, rumor has it that's actually the shortened version, and the full length is 20 minutes.
Oh, that's funny. I was like, honestly, that scene was actually like 20 minutes, and the shortened version was like 5.
Oh my God, night when we were filming that scene, I was so delirious.
Delirious.
Yeah.
I was delirious too.
With
I
the
also listened
fog machine,
well, we were just crying for the last 11 hours, and then they were like, all right, sing real pretty. And then we were like,
yeah.
hi, darling.
Oh my gosh.
What would you say was your favorite song to, someone said, do I have a tongue piercing? Oh my gosh, do I look like I have a tongue piercing? That's kind of edgy. I don't, but I could tell you that I did. You probably wouldn't know. No, I don't. I had to check. Sorry. I was like, do I?
Sure.
What was your favorite, like, I mean, you could just say song from a Firm Handshakes album or a favorite song to like perform or record.
Well, I think honestly, I think "Fix Me Up" was my favorite to perform. It was really fun to have it. You know, it's very much a purposeful duet, so
Yeah.
having that back and forth energy in a song is always fun. And I think every time we sang it, it got better and better. And I don't know, it just, that was one that I feel like it took on a different vibe every single time we played it together. We'd figure out new nuances for the performance. I don't know, that one was probably my favorite. Also, My Little Dancer was really special too.
Can you please tell the story about that? Because that is like my favorite. I'm singing it right now in my head, but I want people to know.
So basically, Justin reached out to me, I think it was right before we started filming, and he said that there was this scene that we wanted a musical moment between our characters, Zach and Amy, who's played by Madison Eisman, the amazing, lovely friend of mine who I've known since I was 15. Crazy that I got to play her love interest in a movie. I still can't wrap my head around it. But he asked me to write this song that was like a funny 15-second, like, oh, Amy, you're so cool. I love you. Do. You know, just something.
That would have been like a good second option, though.
I wrote it.
Like I pitched that one,
and I thought it was revolutionary. But I was inspired to write this song because I guess I wanted to use some of Zach's real words, especially if it were going to be like just a 15 to 30 second little piece. I thought it would be cool if I tapped into, you know, some of his jokes. And I texted Amy and I asked if they had any inside jokes or anything like that. And the thing that she mentioned was the pin that Amy had given to Zach, which said dancer's boyfriend, and he'd wear it all the time. And there's like a whole story with that pin that I don't know if I remember all the details of, but like they lost it after Zach passed, and then it just kind of magically showed up one day. Anyway, there's just like a bunch of really special energy surrounding that pin, that inside joke. So I reached out to Amy. She told me about that, and she also had sent me some letters of hers and Zach's that they had been writing to each other. And so I took a line from one of those letters, with Amy's permission, of course, and that's the first line of the song. When you hear the birds, know it's me just saying hello from the clouds. That was something that Zach wrote. It was the opening line of one of his letters to Amy. And,
are you joking? And he was 17?
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to like divulge too much personal information, but these letters were absolutely beautiful. And
that's amazing.
I feel really lucky that she felt like she could share it with me. And I wrote that first line, and I started noodling on the guitar. I came up with this chord progression, and I started writing the song and started writing my own lyrics to add to it. And then I remembered that I had taken photos of Zach's journal that had some unfinished lyrics and some other like chord progressions that he hadn't developed into full songs. So I looked at those photos, and I saw that the chord progression that was written on this page was the exact same chord progression that I had just written.
That's so wild.
Yeah, no, I honestly, I can't explain that. It's really...
I feel like that was what we were dealing with the whole movie, though. He was just trolling us from the sky. Like, literally, every time we thought we were like, this is a coincidence. It's like, it really wasn't. And that was so special. Yeah,
it really was. Things like that happen all the time. And I just got chills when I realized, like, I looked at the paper and I was like, oh, and it didn't register at first, but I was like, oh, okay, maybe I should just use Zach's chord progression. So I started playing it. I'm like, wait, what?
That's wild.
Sound the same. And then I realized that it was the exact same chord progression. And then I used some lyrics, which ended up becoming the chorus. So come and grab my hand and we can do a dance when we still have the chance. Those were also Zach's words.
I love that.
And
co-written by Finn Arias and Zach Sobiek. That's like, that gives me chills when I see that in the credits, because I'm like, that's so magical that was able to happen, you know? Like, it moves so fast. The process of filming, like, you think it's very slow and it's very, like, drawn on, but it really moves pretty fast. So to be able to have that, and the fact that you were able to do that while we were filming, you know, enough to obviously have it be such a crucial part in the movie is, like, so it's just a testament to your talent, kid. You know what I mean? Like, but more than anything, like, there was so many coincidences like that throughout all of filming that were wild.
Yeah. Is there any that you remember that stuck out to you?
My favorite is just the, well, I have a few favorites. I think for me, like, Maddie and I always joke about the day that we met and we read together, and literally we had just met for the first time ever. And, like, you know, us blondes in Hollywood, we all see each other at one time or another. I'd never met her before. And I was just like, she's so talented. She's so great. And then literally 5 hours later, we are crossing the same intersection at the same time, but from opposite ends, like, just walking past each other.
That's right.
And we were like, whoa, wait, I just met, and then we were like, yeah, okay.
Totally different part of town, right?
Totally different part of town, like, and that's the exact same time, exact same time. And it was so weird. I'd never, like, had, like, such an immediate, like, thing like that. And then we both knew that we were like, I think we're gonna be working together. Like, we're not sure yet, but I think we are. And then, you know, all throughout filming, it seemed like there was so many things that were kind of happening that Justin was experiencing, that Sammy was experiencing, that everybody was experiencing. And I'm so happy that he's been like here for the ride. I hope he's happy with it. I hope the Sobiacs are happy with it. I hope everyone that has watched it is, I'm not gonna say you're happy with it. Like, that's probably the last thing. I was like, you're probably
Yeah, like pretty much everyone who's watched it, I've seen so many people post photos and videos of them just sobbing.
I love
by the end,
those.
by the end
I
of the
love
movie.
those. I'm surprised we didn't do that. I mean, like, somewhat, but also
Oh, I
like,
did. I just didn't post them because
oh,
they're brutal. There's a video of actually right after the premiere. I think that's the hardest I've ever cried after watching Clouds. But I was full on ugly crying, like eyeliner running down my cheeks, just like blubbering, trying to hold it together.
would you say that, yeah, that was the time that you cried the most?
Yeah, I think it was just the added layer of having my family there,
Yeah.
and you know, I think everyone has everyone has a situation in their life, almost everyone, you know, where you can relate to the experience that Zach was having in some way, you know, someone in your family or, you know, everyone has their version of that story. But our version of that story took place recently. And I think being able to watch that together and have that moment where we're recalling, you know, a loved one of ours that has been lost, and seeing how, you know, that kind of informed my performance last year. You know,
Yeah.
so much of um, my Aunt Cher was put into that process, and I feel like she made it possible for me to play Zach in an authentic way. And you know, my Nana and Papa, those are her parents, and
Nana and Papa, they're so
yeah,
cute.
yeah. So it was really special, and there was so much love. That's the other thing, you know. Everyone's posting these photos of them crying, and it is, you know, it is sad, but the experience that I had with my family was so positive. We
And
were
so
crying, but
yeah.
because we loved each other so much.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it's so beautiful. And like I said, like Justin did a phenomenal job at being able to, you know, like he hit us with 5 feet apart, and then now he hits us with clouds, and we're all just feeling like we're in our feels, but it's a good time to feel that and really just like be able to release all of that. And I'm so happy that I mean, a lot of us had our families there, and that was a really special. Sorry, my foot's asleep. I'm like trying to hit it without like having you do too much, and my foot just like hitting the floor. But yeah, I'm so just elated that it's out and that people are like really taking away from it what we hope that they would.
Yeah.
That hopefully, if you guys haven't seen, Zach is like so close to being the first unsigned artist to ever hit #1 twice. Clouds is at #2 on iTunes. So if you guys haven't bought the song, please go to iTunes and buy it. It's like 99 cents. I feel like if you rummage around your house for a little bit, you might be able to find 99 cents, and then just Venmo your parents back. And no. But yeah, no, that was
and also leave a review. I understand that really helps too.
That's a huge thing.
Yeah.
Leave a review, you know? It's
Leave a 5-star review.
leave a 5-star review. Pretend like you just ate at a five-star restaurant and you're just elaborating on the course. Yeah, no, I'm so excited about that. Hopefully that happens. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also realized, I was like, people can ask questions, but people just love to do little emojis on lives.
I was like, yeah, I keep on looking down at the comments to see if anyone's asking anything, but it's pretty much all emojis.
Heart eyes.
Great.
It's just heart eyes. And I can't tell if it's for you or for me, so I'm trying not to take any of them too personally. Someone said, you okay?
Yeah. No, I think the emojis are I think it's a joint celebration.
I think it's for you. I was like,
you're sweet. I wanted to ask, so since Clouds is out, you know, obviously you have a couple songs on the soundtrack, like solo songs of Sammy's.
Yeah.
But are you working on any music right now of your own?
I didn't know you were gonna hit me with that.
Well, I mean, what's the scoop?
What's cooking in the stew?
Yeah.
I
If you can talk about it, I don't know.
I'm always so weird about it. Like I love I love surprises, and I love to just be like, I don't know if I've done anything, and then just drop it.
Right.
Um,
So you
but
heard it here first, folks. Sabrina hasn't been in the studio.
never
She has
touched the
written a song.
microphone. I don't even know what a lyric is. No, I've been writing so much throughout this pandemic. Love that word. Just because of the fact that there's been so much to feel and so much to say.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say that I'm like the most excited I've ever been about music right now. So that's all I'm gonna say. What about you, Finny?
I'm also the most excited about your music than I've ever.
No. Thank
No,
you.
yeah, I'm working on some music right now. I have been for a while. I think it's taken a lot of time to kind of figure out what exactly I want to do with my music, and I think being a part of Zach's story kind of deepened my need to make music that I feel like means something in some way and can have an impact. So I think that's what I've been honing in on, is figuring out what I want to say, what I want my voice to be. And I finally figured it out over the past year and a half, and I've been recording like crazy, and it's taken a lot of nitpicking and back and forth, but I have got a song ready to release, and I just filmed a music video.
I'm so excited.
I'm about to get the final mixed and mastered track. So I'm really stoked. It's the first time
Ready.
in like
We're not
3
ready.
years that I put out new music. So I'm nervous.
So excited.
Mostly excited.
The second the teaser drops, my heart is gonna drop. No, I'm so excited. Everything you've shown me, because I've just gotten a few like exclusive looks or whatever, it's fine. Has literally got me so excited for people to see. Like, I mean, Clouds is obviously like I said to you the other, I was like, this is the demo reel of your life. You know what I mean? Like, it is the demo reel of a lifetime. Because it just
we got
showcases
singing,
all,
we
it
got
showcases
acting, we got Tom Everett Scott.
we got all of it. But it really does. It showcases you in every single light and everything that you're able to give. I mean, not even everything. Like there's more, if people can believe it. So I'm so excited for everyone. I'm so excited for our music. It's gonna be so fun.
I can't wait to do. I need to grab a charger really quick.
Is your phone gonna die?
What was that?
Is your phone gonna die?
Yeah, but we're good. I have a charger.
Yeah. Okay, this was my last question for you, but what was your favorite behind the scenes moment? It can be like a funny moment, it can be a not funny moment.
Oh, I actually know exactly what it is. It was when we were filming in the big concert hall, and we were at the Jason Mraz concert. And
oh my god!
At the end of one of the takes, they
Jason Mraz.
Jason Mraz. He then goes, all right, and then for this one, we're gonna have some special guests. So Finn and Sabrina, will you come up on the stage? And
we were like in character, so we were very confused. We were like, who?
Yeah, we were technically filming the scene, and then he like calls us out by our real names and asks us to come up on the stage, which was, not a part of the script.
Deleted scene, I guess. No one will ever know.
Yeah. Maybe it'll be in Beyond the Clouds or something.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch that.
Me
but
too.
that was really cool. I mean, I was and I still am, but when I was a kid, Jason Mraz was my idol. Like, I would listen to all of his music. He's the reason he's definitely the artist that I was emulating when I first started writing.
Yeah.
Like 10 years old.
That's so crazy. Just flash forward and
yeah.
He was so nice too. One of the nicest guys.
Truly. He was so sweet, and the fact that he did that was just, I don't know, it rocked my world. I was so nervous. I was so nervous when we got up there to sing the song.
I'm not gonna lie, he was a little crazy. I was like, this is a smash hit. I don't know if I feel comfortable singing your smash hit to you.
I know, and he didn't want to sing either. He was like, Finn and Sabrina, you got this. I'm like,
we were
I don't know if I
no,
do got this, Jason.
we don't though.
But yeah, no, that was such a special memory. That was so fun, and I was definitely fangirling.
I'm like trying to think of mine. I remember one day, mine are always, there was this one day where you guys were filming, I think in Paris.
Mm-hmm.
And Maddie and I had the day off and we were walking around and it was snowing. And so we like literally just walked onto set and started throwing snowballs at Justin, and some of the crew members, and just started like a snowball fight, which was very unprofessional. And one of my favorite things I've ever done. And that was like
I was so bummed I missed that.
I was low-key bummed you missed it too. But honestly, like I have so many favorite behind the scenes memories with you. Goodness, it's also like every day too was like the nice thing about getting to play like Sammy and Zach and like their friendship was like it really felt like what ours was in real life. So it was just so easy because every time that we were on set, it felt like we were just hanging out like friends would. There was just cameras, you know, and prosthetics, but
it's weird though. Most of the time when we were hanging out and like our banter was just us chilling.
Us, you know.
Just us being us. Well, I mean, of course we were playing characters, but it was just easy because we know each other and hello.
Honestly, same.
And I guess that's the end of my thought.
Because we just know each other and
that's it. So we know each other. That's pretty cool. Made for.
Well, I'm so excited. If people haven't seen Clouds yet, this is the part where I like plug a little, but like go watch it.
Do it.
We worked really hard to make this movie and make it for people that are very, very special. And Zach's story still blows my mind. Like it still leaves me like chills every single time. I know that people are gonna feel the same way. So it's on Disney Plus. We know you got it because you watched Hamilton, so go watch it. And I'm so excited for everyone to see you. This is like your introduction. I mean, like you are already in the world, but like this is for me. I'm like this is such a grand introduction to you to the world, and I'm so excited.
I mean, I'm just so glad that this is the project that I can step into this with. Playing Zach was so much fun, and this movie, I'm so proud of it. You guys go watch it.
Guys, what are you doing on our live? Why haven't you been watching the movie?
It's been out for 2 days. What are you doing here?
What are you doing? You don't plans?
Oh, and also, again, you guys should go buy Clouds on iTunes. And another cool thing about that, which maybe you know Sabrina as well, but a percentage of the money that's made from Clouds being bought on iTunes goes to the Zach Sobiech Osteosarcoma Fund, which is actively trying to find new treatments for osteosarcoma, and the long-term goal is finding a cure for childhood cancer. And
you're doing so many good things by rummaging through your mom's wallet and looking for 99 cents.
Yeah, so why not?
Yeah, but it would mean the world to us. It would mean the world to Zach, and we're so happy and honored. For everybody who's stuck around, we hope you're all doing well during this time. I know it's a little weird and it's a little lonely. And we wish you well. We hope this movie can bring you some hope or inspiration in this time. And no, we're here for you. We wish we could give you a hug, but COVID, so we can't. But we love you all very much. And Finny, I love you so much.
I love you too. Hug. Thank you guys for chilling with us, and this has been really fun.
Thanks, Wonderland.
Yeah, thank you, Wonderland. This has been so cool, and I love you, Sabrina.
I love you very much. Talk to you soon.
Have an amazing day. Thanks for dropping in on the live. And
Bye.
Bye.